Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to San Diego FC versus St. Louis City SC, MLS 2026 Week 2. We are here Sunday, Domingo Futbolero. Miami just came back and beat Orlando 4-2. If you wanted to know about that or if you were watching, I guess. Either way. We weren't here for that, but I'll bring it up. How we doing, Isaiah? At least your Miami looks like Miami again. For a while, last week they didn't. Here we are, St. Louis and San Diego. First St. Louis game covered of the year. We'll take it. Yes, but it's just because they actually try to score off corners, so I respect that. Is it annoying? Yes, because nobody else even listens or thinks to do it. But, no, we're good. Isaiah says, Vamos Miami, how we doing? Sun. 3 minutes to, well, them starting the stream of the game on Apple TV. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. Tomorrow, a full week from now, we're doing a Toronto game. However many hours that is, 24 times 7 minus 2 or whatever, you know. We have a pretty unbusy week next week, which is a good thing because March, the rest of it gets pretty damn busy. And don't worry, son, I will do those Trinidad games at 5 in the morning during the FIFA series. You're welcome. 5 in the morning. Crazy. Either way, I know. We'll see what happens. Starting 11 is as follows. For San Diego FC, Duran Ferry in goal. The back four, Kieran Sargent, Manu Dua. We have Christopher McVeigh, Luca Bombino. The midfield three of Anibal Godoy, Yepez Sparkov, Ani Valakari, and the front three of Amal Pellegrino, Marcus Ingvertsen, and Anders Dreyer. For St. Louis City in goal, Roman Berkey. The back three of Jaziel Orozco, Timo Baumgartel, Dante Polvara. Midfield four, Rafael Santos, Chris Durkin, Daniel Edelman, Conrad Vollum, Sang-Bin Zhong, Miguel Perez, and up top, Simon Betcher. Well, it might have already started. It's called We Don't Know. And we won't know till it's over. No matter how you want to put it, we won't know till it's all over. We won't know till it's all over. However you want to put it. So, it might just be a nuke. We don't know. If it's going to be one, I don't know. We'll see. But that's pretty much where I'm at about it. Either they used killing the Ayatollah as a reason to go to war. They're still going to go to war even though they killed the Ayatollah. Or they got what they wanted. Agreed. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. He sold out hard. I've been saying that for, frankly, at least 10 months now. Messi did play well today. But, not that I'm defending him. This ain't a defense of Trump, but let's be honest, this was going to happen either way. Venezuela, probably not. But this, let's be real, this was happening either way. But that's enough about that. I mean, it's not shocking per se. Start 11 Ferry for San Diego. Sargent, Dua, Godoy, Sparkov, Valakari, McVeigh, Bombino, Pellegrino, Ingvartsen, Dreyer for San Diego. Yeah. At least Miami's back. Roman Berkey, Polvara, Baumgartel, Orozco, Santos, Edelman, Durkin, Vollum, Perez, Jongsan Bin, and up top, Betcher. McNaughton on the bench. That's a choice. Let's see how good St. Louis looks this year. They looked pretty good last week. San Diego's actually a good team, though. They've potted goals like a mug recently. Anders Dreyer, the player to watch for San Diego. Yeah, that makes sense. Islanders just beat the Panthers with seconds to go. Did Matthew Schaefer score the winner? Matthew Schaefer, first rookie to 20 goals. Why didn't he go to the Olympics? Simon Betcher, player to watch for City. He assisted opening or goal during the game against Charlotte. So what are we going to do? Anders Lee, okay. What are we going to do about the World Cup now? There's not enough time to do anything about the World Cup, but just play it all in Canada. Schaefer scored 2. Just play it all in Canada. I mean, Mexico has their own problems. Play it all in Canada. And they're going to get the football, and it's Drew Fisher. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Drew Fisher and St. Louis are wearing the Tina Turner kits, and they look worse in real life. God. And the St. Louis jerseys look worse in real life. Shit. Like, that's not even gold. That's yellow. Jesus Lord. That don't even look like gold. At least the picture made it look like gold. What are St. Louis doing, man? Jesus. Things are a disaster. What's that soliloquy from Network? I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I say. Damn, that must have been a goal fest there. Damn. Feel bad for the Florida Panthers? No, fuck them. They're trying to form a narrative. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what the media does and the powers that be do. They find ways to craft a narrative to push whatever they want to push. Do I think people will believe it? No. TFC plays at 5, well, 6:30 next week, right? There's no way. That's got to be a pregame at 5:30 here. The Florida Panthers actually going to repeat? No. They're not even good this year. No. I still think Colorado's the team who's the most likely to win the Stanley Cup. I really do. The Leafs are not going to make the playoffs. The Blues aren't going to make the playoffs. The Panthers might miss the playoffs. Not as bad as the Leafs do, but the sad thing about the Leafs is they're pretty much cooked either way. Like, they're not close enough to the bottom 5 to keep their pick, and they're not close enough to the playoffs to buy. Like, you sell because you need to reload. You don't sell because you're trying to get a top 5 pick. But while you're selling, you get back first-round picks that might end up being okay. Or at least get a first-round pick back. Like, you can't really, if you're the Leafs, you can't really do, like, you have to sell, but it's not to get back your top 5 pick. It's to save your own ass and reload. It's not, they're not making the playoffs. They're not going to be bottom 5. And you could say, but look at what happened with the Islanders and Schaefer. Are they even going to be low enough for that to be a situation, be possible? The Blues could win the lottery. No, you could sell me on that. The Blues could win the lottery. You could sell me on that. The Leafs, are they going to be low enough to where if they won the lottery, they could go straight up to number 1? And do you think they'd let the Leafs win the lottery that way? No. No. It's not random. The Sharks, by likelihood, should have won the lottery last year, and they still won the top 2 lottery. The Islanders should have never won the lottery, and they did it on live TV. And you could say, but it wasn't rigged then if they showed it on live TV. Do you not remember the time the Leafs lost the lottery for Lafreniere when they still had the COVID bullshit? Do you not remember that? That was a bit, I know it hit like the post, but it was a bit too, what's it called? Shady. So, we're getting ready to go for this game, St. Louis versus San Diego. So, basically, my point is this. The Leafs, when they're making their selling trades and hopefully telling guys like McMahon and Lawton to stay or come back in the summer and sort of making those early, like, hey, we got first dibs, type deals, like handshake deals. I want a first-round pick. And St. Louis kicks off. We're off. 0-0. We'll review this game once it's over, and then you won't see me till Wednesday. Because this week's pretty quiet, which is good, because the rest of March is busy. If we're still doing the same things we're doing right now. And things don't get crazy. Well, what does it say? I think it's more likely Lawton stays, McMahon goes. I think McMahon could get more out of a trade. I think you trade both and you tell them, hey, we'd like you back in the summer. Would you like to give us a first dibs on coming back to Toronto? Because I don't think they're the problems per se. I don't think they're the problems. And I hate to admit it, which with the St. Louis, if the St. Louis fan base is here, I hate to admit it, but Berube might not be the coach for this Leafs team. And I love Berube. I think he lost the room. I really do. And I don't think it was any time this current season where he lost the room. I think he lost the room after the Florida game, Game 7. I think that's when he lost the room. No joke. I think then and there they were like, nope. And I don't think it's anything he did per se. I think it's just. But then again, Berube lost the room in St. Louis too. I mean, if you're going to do it, I think Treliving should be fired. I'm kind of worried about him handling the trade deadline. I think Treliving's way more of a problem than Berube. But if you're going to fire one, you might as well fire both. I don't know. Either one. I hate to say it, but I just don't think this roster wants to play for Berube. And I think we're way too far gone that even if we do fire him, is a new coach bouncing going to get us to the playoffs? We have to win like every game just to be in playoff conversation. And I don't think we're good enough. Like on paper, yeah, the Leafs are still good, but I don't know if they're good enough to make a playoff run with a new coach just because they didn't want to play with Berube. Here comes San Diego in through, shot, goal! 3 minutes in, San Diego scores. And Dreyer makes it 1-0 for San Diego. Okay, that was horrible. Oh Lord, I thought St. Louis was better than this. Nope, same old shit as last year. I thought they played well against Charlotte, but San Diego is better than Charlotte. So, damn, San Diego just keeps scoring goals. I'm not saying Toluca's gonna lose to San Diego, but this might be offside. What are they going to say about it? They check it. Was the pass forward to Ingvartsen offside? That might be looked at. But as of now, it's an Anders Dreyer goal, which was a pretty good shot nonetheless. That was awesome. I mean, that was an awesome shot. Man, San Diego ain't going nowhere, man. It counts. Kickoff. It's a goal. 1-0. One thing I've learned about San Diego is they're not going away. What was that pass? What are you doing? 2 minutes. Well, let's see what they said. 2 or 3. They should put the minute on the goal on season pass. That's like the one thing they need to do. 3 minutes. 1-0. Like, San Diego's for real. No joke. Like, I mean, I've watched off camera. I watched both their CONCACAF games where they beat the hell out of Pumas. Which, it's Pumas, but still. They beat the hell out of Montreal. Which I'm not surprised. It's Montreal. St. Louis, they look like they're going to beat the hell out of St. Louis too. And I mean, at least on paper, I think St. Louis is better than Montreal. Or at least can be. And they performed better last week. It is only week 2. I'm not surprised. I'm not exactly surprised at what's going on here right now. I'm not. Ooh. Dane St. Clair, so far this season, is a 504 on FOTMob rankings. Crepeau is a 706. I told you Crepeau was the better goalie. Even though Miami won 4-2. He still allowed 5 goals. Dane St. Clair still allowed 5 goals. Crepeau's allowed like 7, though. It's not exactly his fault. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, though, when you think about it. They've allowed like 7 goals, Orlando, and none of them are Crepeau's fault. Okay. That doesn't really make sense. Okay, no, it's actually 6. Okay, no, it's actually 6. I thought Red Bulls scored more. Either way. Not far off from what I said. So, a hockey guys top 3 of the NHL right now is Hurricanes, Sabres, Habs. The first West teams was Avalanche and Stars. I mean, if the Hurricanes are going to go to the Stanley Cup Final, this would be the year to do it. No hate to the Sabres and Habs. Oh my God, that's going to be so hell. I just realized. What if the Eastern Conference semifinal was Sabres-Habs? Would you pain watch it? I wouldn't call it a hate watch because I don't hate the Habs, but if I want to do some NHL playoff hockey, could I pain watch that series? Maybe. Oh my God. What if the Eastern Conference semifinals was Sabres and Habs? Oh my God. Oh my God. It'd be hell for me. Not exactly the Habs part of it, but the Sabres. It's the Habs versus the Sabres. We split our season series. The Leafs are just in the cup chair, and the Habs and Sabres are playing a playoff series. That's exactly how that would feel. I mean, I'd rather be in a situation like that when it came to sports, but I mean, if I was going to sit in the cup chair, I'd rather watch a sports game that made me feel like I was sitting in the cup chair. AKA Habs versus Sabres. At least that's not as embarrassing. Couldn't help it. Sorry. All right. 9th minute. I'm still going to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs, at least on my own time, and maybe cover a couple of games, even if the Leafs don't make it, because I love hockey. And I've watched enough Stanley Cup playoffs without the Leafs in them, so it's not like it's not happened before. I'm used to it. And then still half the damn tournament anyway without the Leafs in it anyway. So it's not like I'm used to it. It's fine. Yep. I love it. They kick their ass. Yeah. Avs Canes was my pick if Florida didn't make it. I could see that still happening, yeah. I could see it. But, I mean, the Sabres and Habs are really good right now. And the Detroit Red Wings, too. I mean, man, I never would have thought. The Habs being in the playoffs, I expected that. That I expected. The Sabres and the Red Wings. And the Lightning being back. Corner for San Diego. Out of boots for a corner. The Lightning being back to it was 2020. It's good. Yeah, it was a good save by Berkey, but he's getting shelled. With that being said, corner for San Diego. Cross in, cleared away. No, San Diego still has it. How are they still so good? Shot. Yeah, no, San Diego's more of a 2020 or 2019 LAFC. They were good last season. They're even better now. No joke. I mean, it's awesome for them. And to be fair, I wasn't sure where they would be. I wasn't sure where San Diego would be coming into the season. And in my opinion, I mean, it doesn't surprise me they're 2019 LAFC, pretty much. I mean, they're looking pretty good. As Dortmund fan, Berkey is cheeks. Oh, you're crazy. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. It's not even like he was just good for St. Louis. Roman Berkey, oh my. Ferry almost gave one up right there. Oh, no. Man, if St. Louis would have got that one back, they wouldn't have deserved it, but, you know, at least they would have got one back. Shit. With that being said, playing forward. Shot wide. Out of boots for a corner for San Diego. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. Nah. Berkey deserves more respect than that. No. As somebody who knows ball and as a St. Louis, what about somebody who just turned 26? Or do I have to somehow make it another 10 months? Like when they say, like when you say over, do you mean 20, like just turned, or 27 plus? what does that mean? What does that mean? Cross in, header, unless it gets bad enough. But recently been up a little, up and down. How we doing, Connor? How we doing? Okay, so just turn 26 works. Okay, good. 13th minute on. Well, it's been 2 months. I don't know if that's just anymore, but either way. 1-0. Still comfortably, where were we again? Still comfortably in a playoff spot. Red Wings been a little up and down, still comfortably in a playoff spot. Yeah, let's see if they choke. But yeah, no, I'll still watch the NHL playoffs. I'll still watch the NHL playoffs, even if the Leafs aren't in it, on my own time. And if I cover games, I cover games. I could see myself covering a Sabres-Habs series so much. No question. I could see myself doing that. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe being a Leafs fan makes you want to be embarrassed in some way. Maybe it is a humiliation kink. Maybe being a Leafs fan is an inherent humiliation kink. I don't know. That's just the way I choose to express it. Which is better than some other ways to express a humiliation kink. I'm not saying I have one, but if I do, that's how I express it, being a Leafs fan. Which it's better in other ways, as I said. Again, it's sort of like if you're going to sit in the cuck chair, it's better to watch two teams that are rivals of your sports team play in the playoffs when you're not even there. It's better for that to be the way you sit in the cuck chair than actually, so to speak. Either way. No. Honestly, no. I watch the Rumble and that's it. I don't even know if I'll watch WrestleMania. You know, it's sad because could we just get ESPN Unlimited on frickin' YouTube TV for free? That would fix the problem. Or just get a VPN, Ryan. What about the games you couldn't see, or it's harder to see when you could just change it and watch it an easier way in America? Yeah, I've thought of that. I'm a cheap-ass fuck. That's the problem. Any World Baseball Classic coverage? Possibly. I haven't said yes or no. There's a possibility I do a couple of WBC games. If Canada goes to the knockout stage, we'll probably throw that in there. So, what about if there's another USA-Japan final? Well, I want Japan to win that for sure. Always have, by the way. Italy versus Canada? I might do that just for the memes, yeah. Hey, they stole one from me in hockey. I need one in basketball before we get football or baseball. Or baseball, I mean. They stole one from me in hockey. I need one in baseball. MLS are idiots. What do you think? Yeah, you know what? It is kind of funny. Like, they barely put Messi games on Fox. And I've always kind of questioned why they don't do that. Like, the only one I can remember is like the MLS Cup. You know, it makes me wonder because, you know, it makes me wonder. Yeah, because Italy calls up USA players who are pretty good utility players, but are not good enough for Team USA. Or even some everyday starters. Like, Italy has good USA American players, and Israel does the same thing to a certain extent. / recently retired American players who used to be good. Remember Jason Marquis? Yeah, he played for Israel once. 2017. But with that being said, Israel and Italy do the same thing because the WBC is so bullshit with their representation rules. And I could go on, but Italy is basically filled with American players who are pretty damn good, but not good enough for Team USA, but have Italian blood. It's really Team Jersey. Let's be real. And I mean, Italy has a good little baseball culture itself. And I think there's a couple actual Italian players on Italy's team this year, so that's a positive. But really, it's Team Jersey. And it's Team Vaughn. That's what it is. Like, Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic really is Team Jersey - Vaughn. That's really... They're Team Jersey - Woodbridge. That's what they are. Also Italian Canadians. There are a couple of those too. Yeah, they're Team Jersey - Woodbridge, which, you know what? That's fine. Maybe. But RSNs aren't going well either. So, I mean, they would have lost either way. Yeah. Hope he's better than Garber and not a puppet. I was just glad Cody lost. That's all. I saw the news. I didn't watch it. Team Sopranos. Yeah, that's better. That works better. Team Goodfellas. How about that? There we go. Team Goodfellas. Team Goodfellas is Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic because it's Italian Canadians and Italian Americans who aren't good enough for Canada or the USA. But for the Canadians, it's easier to make Team Canada because, well, it's not Team USA. They still have washed players who've recently retired playing for Canada. Hell, didn't John Axford say he might come back again? Felipe Almont, didn't he just retire, but he's going to play the World Baseball Classic? Yeah. I remember that one time Stubby Clapp retired and still played the World Baseball Classic, like 2009, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, but there's still some Italian Canadians who chose Italy. I think last year, or last time at least. But mostly Team Jersey, but there's a couple of Woodbridge guys in there. You know, there's a couple of Woodbridge guys in there. Oh! They're not actually Team Italy like the Olympics or football. Then again, the hockey team did the same thing, though. Now, you want to see a Team Woodbridge, you could just look at Team Italy at the Olympics in hockey. Exactly. That was Team Woodbridge. Now, that was Team Woodbridge. Women and men Italian hockey teams. Yeah, that was Team Woodbridge. There were some former Canadian medalists who played on Team Italy on the women's side, which was, you know, there you go. I mean, Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada, Daniel. If you know, you know, which you don't. I think Rio does, though. Ball crossed in, and St. Louis doesn't get it there. If you know, you know. Woodbridge is part of Vaughan, but Vaughan's the outer city. But that's where all the Italians are, or mostly. Have you ever heard of Market Lane? If you haven't, you will during the Euros. And hey, if Italy makes the World Cup, oh my God, what a shit show that's going to be. Oh, Lord. What, Canada versus Italy at the World Cup in Toronto. Oh my God, Market Lane is going to be such a shit show. It's going to be such a shit show. Either way, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I won't lie. Kind of looking forward to it. I won't lie. Oh my, it's going to be such a shit show. Oh my. Kind of looking forward to it. 1, call the pirate. 2, no yeet. We need some trumpets here. That's better. That's better. Yeah, you can't see me to another MLS Cup. That's better. Yeah, you can't see me to another MLS Cup. No yeet. No yeet. You can't see me. That's better. You can't see me to another MLS Cup. That's better. That's way better. It's way better in my book. '25th minute. 1-0 San Diego still. Yep. And then Toronto let him go to Croatia. Oh, and guess what? You know, we have a shitty right back who can't play football, and Pereira's injured. We really could have signed him as backup, and I'm sure he would have been a TAM player, but no. We signed Matheus Pereira, who's still not fit, and I love Raheem Edwards, but, dude, like, I still wouldn't mind Raheem Edwards being Segur's backup, so I'm not really shitting on Raheem here. But at least Segur would have been fit, and he wouldn't have been as shit as Kobe Franklin. I don't know, man. Danhausen in WWE? Yeah, I saw. And I like it. I hope it's interesting, so to speak. I hope it's interesting. With that being said, Wolff. The USA beat Mexico 123-88 in basketball. Any Canadian? Who? Who? Danhausen? I've never playing forward. Talk about, I don't know, actually. I have no idea. I've never tried to find out. I've never looked it up. That's a better way to put it. Trying to find out just sounds weird. I've never looked it up. He might be. I thought, well, he's just Punk's friend. I don't know. I have no idea. Now you make me wonder. Shit, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up. This is your... This game, San Diego's just choking this game off now. So, yeah, this is off the rails, Ryan. Yeah, shut up. No, he's American. He's from Detroit, which, I mean, is close enough. He's from Detroit. He's from Detroit, which, I mean, isn't far away from Canada. Ontario is connected to Detroit. It's not far away. So, I mean, oh, he married a Canadian burlesque dancer. That's where he got the Canadian part. So I guess he may have a Canadian passport because he married a Canadian. His Wikipedia page said that. Just to be clear. Well, there you go. Well, good for him. It's across the lake. Lake, not pond. You can't trust Wikipedia. Yeah, but they normally have the place where you're actually born. Correct? You know? Tavon Gray's goal. I saw the video of it, yeah. They normally have, when they say you were born somewhere, they know where you're actually born. Okay? Even if you have a kayfabe home base. Wikipedia ain't gonna let people lie about where people were born and so on and so forth. Birth date, born, and all that, those are normally correct. It's other shit you might have to not trust. But either way. Oh, don't. No. That would just piss me off even more. That would just piss me off even more. And it would piss off TKO. But you're telling me that you aren't going to get the WWE. You let them put that on ESPN for 30 fucking bucks a month, but you put UFC and Zuffa on there for free on Paramount Plus, and then you come back around and put freaking AEW on Paramount Plus for free as well. Oh my fucking God, will I be incredulous? Fuck that pissant company. Fuck AEW. And I do not want to see it on Paramount Plus. And that would piss me off even more. That would piss me off even more if they end up on Paramount for free when they had the chance to put all the TKO shit together and they didn't. And I still either have to pirate the WWE, actually pay 30 bucks a month, or just wait for YouTube TV to finally put that shit onto YouTube TV and connect it for free. Oh, you're out of your mind. No. I know they're buying Warner Brothers. No. So you're telling me now you want wrestling? Now you want to put it on Paramount Plus? When you didn't want to do it 2 years ago by the time this shit closes? And that was also a TKO property? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I like the UFC. Don't get me wrong. I like boxing. Don't get me wrong. And you could say, well, TKO is greedy for putting on ESPN. That might be the case. I don't know. Maybe they wanted the wrestling too. I don't know. I will be incredulous. Well, I mean, you would think if you're going to get the UFC, unless it was a trade, because, I mean, UFC was on ESPN until it went to Paramount. Maybe it was a trade. Maybe TKO was like, hey, we'll put Paramount on, or UFC on Paramount if you pay us for the WWE. And they maybe wanted to pay more for the WWE because that's an untapped market, I guess. And then they built this $30 a month service that I only need one thing off of. I ain't paying $30 a month for that shit. That feels stupid. Like, you could have just put on ESPN Plus, or fuck, make it a pay-per-view of its own. Well, that still probably would have been $30 a month, probably, but you know. Like, I don't need unlimited. I have all the fucking channels. I have Plus. I don't need unlimited. I don't give a shit about Sports Center for you. If it was for free, you know, I'll do that. But how about a VPN, you cheap ass fuck? Maybe. Maybe. But no. So it might have been the only. I don't know how it went down. It could have been a trade or Paramount didn't want it. It's either or. Because it makes me wonder, like, if TKO put their stuff for free on Paramount, why they didn't do that for the WWE. So it was either Paramount didn't want it or it was a trade, pretty much. Where ESPN would pay more for the WWE than they would of UFC, and Paramount got the UFC, plus Zuffa Boxing, which is TKO as well. So they got 2 out of 3, right? So it's either they traded it pretty much, because let's not forget, UFC had just left ESPN, or was going to leave for Paramount, and then did. It's either they traded, or Paramount for some reason didn't want the wrestling with the UFC, which would have been stupid. I mean, do you imagine how many freaking signups the people would have signed up to Paramount for free if they knew, or if they got the pay-per-views like they did on Peacock, connected with everything, so it was pretty much for free, no extra money? Instead of a $30 a month service where if you have all the channels, you know, what's the fucking point? I mean, when you're paying $9.99 for pay-per-views for a fucking decade, it gets a little bit more bad taste when you have to pay $30 again. It's not $50, but you know, it's not $50 and it's not like it's good. Give me fuel, give me liberty, give me freedom, give me fire, give me Miami CCL title, or I retire. There we go. So I don't, you know what I want? Paramount got Warner Brothers. Good. Paramount got CONCACAF W, or kept CONCACAF W. Paramount, I don't care if you get AEW. I'm not going to watch that pissant company, but whatever. Please, God, you got 2 out of 3. Get the men's CONCACAF rights. Please. Fuck Fox Sports. Thank you for letting me get into IndyCar and NASCAR, but fuck Fox Sports. Give me Paramount. At least they'll show every game on Paramount Plus. And maybe SpongeBob will call the final. I mean, just imagine, Toronto calls the Pirate, they make a CCL final, and they have SpongeBob calling that Champs Cup final. My God, that's a dream. That would be such a dream. And then we win. That's a dream. Oh, that would be so awesome. That'd be so awesome. SpongeBob calling a Toronto FC Champions Cup win, led by the Pirate. Oh man, that'd be so awesome. That would be so awesome. That's a dream. The Mountain with the Stars, green slime, and a blimp with a Champs Cup final. Lord. Make a Paramount's Canada's Wonderland joke after winning. Man. That feels good. I wish, hey SpongeBob, I wish y'all still own Paramount's. I wish you still own Wonderland. Yeah? Because I wish I could make the joke. I wish you could set me up and say, you just won the Champs Cup. What are you going to do next? And then I could say, go to Paramount's Canada's Wonderland. I can't do that because you don't own it anymore. Screw you, CBS. Never should have sold it in the first place. And it's sad because they realize they screwed up. Paramount Skydance realizes they screwed up selling it or letting CBS have it to sell it after 2005. Crap. Crap. Either way. What? I don't want to go to Disney World. I don't want to go to Disney World. That's not what I grew up watching. I don't want to go to Disney World. I prefer Paramount's Canada's Wonderland. I'm sure, but, I'm just hoping, My friend paid $3,200 for 3 tickets to Panama, Canada, Croatia, at BMO. Well, I mean, that's not... I can't do the math. That's, shit, 700 some per ticket, at least? That'd be, what, 16,000 divided by... 800 per ticket? The fuck? They better have got good seats. They better have got, like, seats right up on the pitch. $800 per... Fuck me. $800 per seat. They better have got good seats. Jesus. 1-0 San Diego. I expected them to score more, but St. Louis is starting to wake up a little bit, and they give it away. St. Louis hasn't been bad since the goal, really, but... Oh, I mean, over 1,000 per ticket. Wow. Oh, if there's 3 people... Yeah, I'm not good at math. Yeah, if there's 3 people, it's 3,200. Well, that'd be 1,050 or so, or 1,075. I'm not good at math, if you could tell. If you could tell, I got the football. I got the football neuro-spicy. I got the history neuro-spicy. I didn't get the math neuro-spicy. I got the trains neuro-spicy. I got the football neuro-spicy. I got the history neuro-spicy. I didn't get the math. No. And science, yeah, true. I didn't get... No. 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 Over the top. Oh, shit. Why is St. Louis just so sloppy, man? Jesus. Either the F1 neuro-spicy? Either one. Yeah, no, I'm not good at math, but you know this already if you've been here long enough. Still don't. Either way. Saludos. Saludos. 40th minute, 1-0. 1-0 San Diego. Oh. 1-0 San Diego. Primer tiempo. St. Louis. St. Louis. Chance shot over the bar. Corner. Tiro de esquina, St. Louis. Huh? Huh? That was... No. No. No, that wasn't. No, there's no way that was... That was a deflection. Off McVeigh, I guess. Nah, I didn't see it. Betcher. Goal kick. Okay, that's the right call. That was not... No. There was no deflection there. Not that it matters. There was no way. Yeah, he just sent that over the bar, but Drew Fisher is garbage, man. Oh, my. Well, at least they fixed it. Yeah, that's true. Playing forward. Oh, Berkey slides out for it. Oh, this is funny. After scoring a free kick, Messi asked an Orlando coach if he wanted an autograph. Well, Messi is bannering, I guess. Okay. Playing forward. You know what? I have to agree. Messi seems way more emotionally invested in MLS than he ever was for PSG. Which, I mean, I respect that, but you could tell Messi didn't give a shit about PSG at all. Messi really cares about the MLS. He really cares about Miami. And that's one thing I love about Miami with Messi, is Messi cares. If he's going to be here, he better care. I mean, there's been a lot of, let's go San Diego FC. Welcome, welcome, welcome. They're winning 1-0. I mean, that's one thing that I like, is that Messi cares. Like, we've seen enough old DPs come in to retire here and not give a shit. Lorenzo Insigne. Lorenzo. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bad cough. That was a bad cough. Oh, 3 people, 1,000. So we got crappy seats. Is that what you're telling me? He paid $1,000 for 3 people to get crappy seats. This world's gonna. Either way. Either way, 44th minute. A friendly. Wait. Panama, Croatia. That's a World Cup game, yeah? Okay, now that's a little bit understandable. Okay, that's understandable. I'm like, well, it's still too much, but it's a World Cup game. I forgot. It is a World Cup game. They are really trying to freaking price gouge the shit out of this tournament, though. Oh, damn. It is World Cup. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to be here watching the World Cup in this couch. I hope it gets whole hell a lot of views. It better. I need this World Cup to go off the charts. I swear, man. We're starting to get a little bit hotter, though, when it comes to the views and stuff, which I'm just going to be real about that. But either way, 45th minute. And 1 minute of stoppage time. Finalissima might not even happen. They're playing it in Qatar. Of fucking course they are. If they play it, it's in Qatar. Of fucking course it is. The World Cup or Finalissima? I'd say Finalissima's in more danger because they're playing the damn thing in Qatar. What the fuck does that have to do with UEFA and CONMEBOL? At least the last one was in fucking London. What does that have to do? We're playing a Super Cup for South America and Europe in fucking Qatar? You deserve it getting canceled if this freaking war blows out to some even more. Halftime. You fucking deserve it. Halftime, 1-0. I didn't know they were playing Finalissima in Qatar. I was assuming it'd be somewhere in Europe. It's the UEFA CONMEBOL Super Cup. You would think it would be at least in one of those two continents. And the last one was in London, I think. Italy, Argentina was in London. Going to Qatar? Yay, Messi gets to play another final in Qatar if he actually gets to play the damn thing. It's hilarious if you ask me. With that being said, a 1-0 at the half for San Diego. They scored the goal, and they've really not had much. They've had a couple of chances, but Berkey's made a good amount of saves, and St. Louis has really calmed the game down and tried to have their own chances. But San Diego still looks like the better team for sure. But we'll see how the second half goes. We'll take a short break, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, be back. It is 45 more minutes of this game, 1-0. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. If you want to do it, do it. Sit tight, be back. We are back. We're back. It's the second. It's halftime, dude. We're back for the stats of the half. We're back for the stats of the half, and that's weird. With that being said, 59% possession, 41% possession, 5 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 0. We have 4 minutes in the second half. 3 shots on goal to 0, 315 accurate passes, 88%, 210, 84%, 3 fouls to 7, 2 corners to 1, 5 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 0, 360 passes to 250, 88% pass accuracy to 84, 5 throws to 5, 1 offside to 1, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 1-0 for San Diego. San Diego started off the better team, the more dominant side, and then the second half, I would say the second half or the first half, I think St. Louis were better defensively, or at least playing tough defensively comparatively. St. Louis slightly started to push forward and get some chances out of there, defended pretty well. Berkey made a good couple of saves, but San Diego were still slightly the better team. And St. Louis, San Diego has the lead. San Diego has a lead, and I say deserved. I'd say it's deserved right now. They got the early goal. They held on, didn't allow anything in the second half, or the second half of the first half, and let's see what happens in the second half itself. But we'll review this game once it's over, have that up within the hour, and I will see you on Wednesday after that. San Diego played well with a lot of chances. I mean, depends on who she's against. It depends on who she's against. Honestly, I just want to vote for the best person, and frankly, she's better than a good bit of Republicans, in my book, as a person. Frankly, I don't even want to vote. Voting ain't going to change shit. But, you know, the only thing that's really going to change what's going on is if there's a French Revolution Mark II. You know, if you get what I'm putting down. But honestly, I don't think there's... If I think you're a good person, I'd rather vote for the good person than the shill, whether they're hiding it or not. And frankly, there ain't many Republicans right now that I actually would vote for. Because turns out they're all shills. Hell, there ain't many Democrats I'd vote for. And the libertarians I really want to vote for either dead or won't run again. So, just great, right? Yeah, St. Louis has been sloppy. It was going to happen either way. I hope you realize that. Either party would have started it. So. I hate to tell you that. I don't know if you're new here, but both parties would have started it. No matter who won in 24, they both would have started it. So, it is what it is. Yep. And frankly, I think you're right. I mean, I think that might. I don't know, man. Definitely got a good PR picture out of it. Waiting for the second half to start. So, no, I think the only way things will change is if there's a French Revolution 2.0. If you get what I'm putting down. People got to have the balls to want to do it. I'm doing good, soccer guy. I'm doing good. Yeah, I don't think Syria was ever demonized to the level of Iran. Syria, that was more of a civil war they never really wanted. The Arab Spring was a totally different thing, at least from what I remember. Iran's always been demonized as more than that. As like more of a actual threat to America and a threat to so it's sort of different. That's sort of different. In the second half, and they've thrown it in, and well, damn, I guess there must have been a problem at the stadium. We're off in the second half. See if it's anything. Did it just start or 46 minutes? So we're only a minute behind, or we didn't see a minute. But either way, Apple TV almost crapped all over itself. Apple TV sucks, I guess. Either way. Of course he did. Wow. Trump ties Iran strikes to claims that Tehran interfered in U.S. elections. See, that's all you could come up with. Playing over the top. Why is Greg Vanning a fraud? Because the man was carried by Sebastian Javinko, Alejandro Pozuelo, and Ricky Puig to 2 cups, and he should have won more with those guys. He should have won a CCL with Seba. He should have won 2 other cups. One with Seba, one with Pozuelo. Ricky Puig at least won his cup. He's not a good coach. He was carried by 3, and Victor Vasquez, 4 number 10s that actually played his system well. That's it. Like, I'm not saying the Toronto teams, like that Toronto 2017 team was good. The 2016 team was good. It was not because of his tactics they won games. That team played well because Seba put it all together and did it well. And Victor did it well. And Pozuelo did it well. Oh, shit. Over the top, header, saved, St. Louis, that's cleared away. Well, I mean, they're all number 10s, though. And Seba and Victor played together. Damn, Berkey. Yeah, San Diego's going this way. Too damn good. He was. Can't wait for LAFC Cruz Azul. Playing forward. 49th minute, 1-0 San Diego. Playing forward. To be fair, when Syria happened, I was 11, 12. I was paying attention, but I was in my early, I wasn't even a teen yet. I was a tween, yeah. As much as I could pay attention to, that's the way I said it's the way I took it. You seem to have been older when it happened. The Arab Spring was like 2011, 2012. I was 11, 12 when the Arab Spring got at its hottest. And I was watching the news at the time. And I was seeing what was going on. Here comes St. Louis. So maybe my recollection is different. And that's on me. I'm not trying to debate it, but I'm just coming from what I recollected, what I remember. And maybe it was the news trying to smooth it over. I don't know. And it was mainstream news before I knew mainstream news was corrupted and bullshit. But, maybe they were trying to smooth it over. And Iran was still getting absolutely cooked and demonized. Comparatively so. But either way. I'm just trying to remember. Okay. Yep, I know. I remember. And then it got too powerful for the U.S. to control. And then they had to kill the problem they started in the first place. Which is normally what the U.S. foreign policy is. Kill the problem you started. Which, I mean, let's be real. I mean, that's U.S. foreign policy and war policy in a nutshell. Start a problem. The problem gets too big for you to control. Kill the problem when it gets too big for you to control. And put out your own fire. So. Tottling on for Santos. Oh, he's still in St. Louis. Well, there you go. But. Put out your own fire. Either way. But either way. I'm already going to predict Tigres makes the final. No. Miami or Vancouver from that side of the bracket. Thank God Miami looks pretty good now. I was worried for like 5 minutes. Either way. And season pass has gone down. That tracks. Hey, this keeps happening. I can't review the game. I'm not going to complain about that. It's not my fault. And San Diego makes it 2-0. Who do you want to see in the Champs Cup final? Toluca and Miami. And it's Ingvartsen who scores. 2-0 San Diego. They got it back right when the goal was scored. Marcus Ingvartsen scores. At least that's what it looks like. Let's see the replay. I'm going to be surprised. Oh, so they have that, but they lost. Okay. Playing forward. Nice run. Still running. Plays it through. Shot. Goal. Ingvartsen scores. And there's San Diego for you. Now, as of now, I could still do the review. Shit. Just kind of wanted it to go to shit, but okay. Can this thing go back out now? (2-0) San Diego. 55th minute. Who are you rooting for? In this game, St. Louis. Berkey got nutmegged. Well, that was bound to happen. In this game, St. Louis. Champs Cup. I had Miami winning, so Miami. Playing forward. San Diego has the ball. They're playing it around the back. Did you just look into my eye? That was bad. Miami winning Champs Cup? Yes, over Toluca. Because, I mean, do you see Miami's roster? Did you just look into my eye? Playing forward, St. Louis will free kick for San Diego. Free kick for San Diego. The final should be at Hard Rock Stadium. By the time the final comes around, Miami's new stadium is going to be built. You think they don't want that final at Freedom Park? And besides, they have to be good enough in the table to have that game at Freedom Park. Who's winning AFC Champions League? I don't even know who's left. Al Hilal. Playing over the top. Header. Shot. St. Louis clears. Let's look. AFC Champions League. Oh, it's probably going to be right here. Okay, there we go. AFC Champions League Elite. There we go. Let's see who's there. Pompeu coming on. And McSorley coming on. Al Hilal. Al Ali. Yeah, the Russians probably do know some we don't know. Round of 16. Well, that is true. I'm going to say Al Hilal. They could even play their games. 2-0, 59th minute. Oh, Lord. Somebody on Reddit posted the Mr. Bucket commercial. You know that game, Mr. Bucket, where you put the balls in the bucket and the bucket just moves and it's like... It's got the hands above the bucket and it just moves. Like, you know that? Rolling. Whatever, headed away. No? No? Now he's basically in the Asian Europa League, Cristiano. I think he'll win that, though. The best Board James Angry Video Game Nerd video ever. The one about Mr. Bucket. The bucket under the... Man, y'all don't get what I'm laughing at, and that's just sad. Ah, screw it. Copy link. I'm putting that in the freaking... Boom. If you ever want to watch it, there's the Angry Video Game Nerd video. Just make sure. Hold on. Yes, it is. All right. There we go. Yeah, if you want to watch it, sure, because this game's getting boring. But there you go. Or just go put it in your watch later. What you know about Mr. Bucket? What you know about Mr. Bucket? And if it gets... And San Diego 3-0. No, wait, that was the second goal. My bad. I was like... No, that's still the second goal. That's still the second goal. Some good stuff. Either way. I remember when I saw that video the first time. What, 2010 or whatever? It's been ages, man. Playing forward, let's see how bad San Diego beats St. Louis. Official PS4 support is ending in 2026. Damn. Sad. I don't even have a PS5 yet. It's a board game. It's a yellow bucket with batteries and a big mouth that has put colored balls in the top with like little shovels, and it pops it out, and I don't. It's a board game. It's a preschool board game that got that has a very questionable advertisement and and then Angry Video Game Nerd made the video about it. There was basically a horror film, made a horror film based off it and perverted it because of that commercial. And then instead of the plastic balls, the Mr. Bucket wanted well, watch the video, put two together, can you? But if you ever see a Mr. Bucket under your blanket, well, it's haunted. And they still sell Mr. Buckets, which is crazy. Shot side netting, which is crazy. That they still sell Mr. Buckets. Soma coming on for San Diego. It's crazy because if I ever saw a Mr. Bucket board game in the toy aisle, whenever I have kids, the first thing I'll think of is the Angry Video Game Nerd. Like, no, you don't want that. That'll get haunted quickly. No, it's going to be haunted. You'll have to make sure to take the batteries out. Well, that doesn't even work. Well, FIFA 18's done. Either one. Daddy, I want Mr. Bucket. You don't. No. It still moves even if you take out the batteries. And it doesn't want plastic balls. You don't want Mr. Bucket. Oh, Lord. That's how bad this game has gone. We're just, Lord. 66 minute, 2-0. Oh, Lord, man. '66 minute. Now, does it make sense? This is a funny meme. Dude, it's fine. You literally don't have to do the thing. Just please hand me my Blizzard. DQ Blizzard flipped upside down. Okay. I disagree with that. The fun of getting a Blizzard is somebody turning the Blizzard upside down. Why would you not want that? How we doing, El Mimi? Like, the fun of the Blizzard is flipping the Blizzard upside down. Like, why do you not want that? Like, yeah, it's inconvenience. It's going to take 2 extra seconds out of your day. I want to see somebody turn my Oreo Blizzard upside down. Means it's good. Means it's good. I haven't had an Oreo Blizzard in ages. Jesus Lord. Liga MX's team will make the final probably, but I want to see MLS versus MLS final. I still want to see MLS versus MLS in Mexico. I don't know how they haven't had at least El Tráfico in Mexico. What, you want them to pull a Leagues Cup to MLS? Like, I don't think there will be Mexican fans who go to see an MLS versus MLS game in Mexico. And besides, will there be, I mean, I'm sure there'll be traveling fans if it was a LAFC, LA Galaxy match, but I don't know how many Mexican fans teams like the Galaxy and San Diego and LAFC have. Like, yeah, in America, there are a lot of Tigres fans and a lot of Mexican team fans, and that comes with the territory. Either you're born in the Southwest with Mexican heritage, or you come from Mexico to the United States with your team. It kind of comes with a territory, so to speak. I don't think there's that same overlap in Mexico. And I think that's just the reality of the situation. I don't think there's that same overlap in Mexico where, oh, there are San Diego fans living in Mexico, or a lot of them. I mean, I'm sure there have been people that either are fans, but it's a different thing. Like, the reasons why you be a Liga MX fan in the United States aren't exactly there for people to be MLS fans in Mexico. At least I don't think so, but you know. Well, fair enough. 2-0, no goal. Yeah, exactly. Playing forward, San Diego. Pellegrino doesn't get there. And if there were MLS fans in Mexico, I'm pretty damn sure that they'll either be San Diego, LA Galaxy, or LAFC fans. I don't see anything else than that. I don't. McFlurry's, well, the machine's never working, so the machine never works. So player down hurt, Totland for St. Louis, 70th minute. Frankly, I haven't had McDonald's in ages, and I don't know if I want. I didn't even get the Grinch meal, so I don't even know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Some about me is just like I wanted the pickle salt, you know? Like I wanted to try the Lucas McNaughton looks like he's coming on for St. Louis. Yay. You know, I wanted to try the Grinch meal just to have the pickle salt because I really love pickles, you know. I like sour, like pickles and relish and all that. Like dill pickles, to be completely and utterly clear. Either way. I like dill pickles, relish. So I wanted to try the pickle seasoning because it was Grinch salt was pickle seasoning with the shaker fries. That's all I really wanted to do. And I never got that meal, so I haven't had McDonald's in over a year. And really, the only thing I would eat from McDonald's now is probably the hash brown. But I could buy those hash brown patties or something similar from frickin' Walmart and make them in my own house in the oven, which I've done before. And I don't know if they're any healthier, but you know. Oh yeah, I've heard that too. But either way, corner. But yeah, no, I haven't gone to McDonald's in like over, and it's not because of the Make America Healthy Again or that. I've just been really disgusted with McDonald's for like the past year or so. It just, something has changed where I find it disgusting. Header. I don't know why, really. I know I've never eaten McDonald's in this house. I don't even remember the last time in the other house where I ate McDonald's. It's, I think, mid-2024. I think during Copa America. That was the last time. I think that was it. I don't remember ever since, no. It's been over like almost 2 years. Cross in. Like, I mean, I don't not eat fast food, but like I think DQ seems realer, you know? I think Dairy Queen seems realer. I think Culver's, well, it's more fast casual, but it seems realer. White Castle, okay, you might have me there, but I like White Castle. I do. I like Hardee's. I think Hardee's is very good quality which for some of you is Carl's Jr. But I like Hardee's. I think that's really high quality. I like DQ. I think that's really high quality. I like Culver's. You know, I like Shop Blocked Away. What's some other stuff? I like Raising Cane's. I think Raising Cane's is high quality comparatively as a fast food. I like Zaxby's, even though I've only been there once. You know, I think McDonald's is just, it feels like fake slop comparatively. Wendy's, I think Wendy's is higher quality. I like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A seems high quality to me. They might have their, whatever you want to say about Chick-fil-A, their food is good. Carl's Jr. in California, it's a hit or miss. I subscribe to the eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. I look fine. I look good. As long as you do what you gotta do, you could eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. Hola. Hola. I don't know if anybody got the, yeah. I gotta go do a cut for that. But either way, hola. Hola. 2-0 San Diego. Hola. Mm-hmm. Playing forward, San Diego. I'm good. I'm good. This game's boring, but I'm good. A lot of people don't like Chick-fil-A because they're stingy. And Chick-fil-A closes on Sundays because it's the Lord's Day. Well, I remember when Chick-fil-A got a lot of shit for being anti-LGBTQ, but that was only really a problem for like 3 months, and then nobody really talks about it anymore. That was 2013. Which, yeah, you don't see people complaining about that anymore with Chick-fil-A. Their food is just too good. People don't even complain about it. That just shows you, if you're good at what you do, you could say whatever the hell you want. That's what that shows you. If you're talented enough, or you do a good enough job at what you do, as long as you just offend people with your words, you can do whatever the hell you want. Now, that's just a fact of life. That's all I'm saying. Because Chick-fil-A's food is so good. Chick-fil-A's food is so good. Let me make sure that's not anything. Pass it on. Okay. You're doing good. Pass it on. Okay. Still around here in Seattle. They're around everywhere. There's freaking Chick-fil-A's in Toronto, which is kind of wild if you think about it. But there are Chick-fil-A's in Toronto. Or there's one Chick-fil-A in Toronto. But either one. Either way. Bryce Duke coming on. Alex Mine and Bryce Duke. I don't like Popeyes. Like, I don't. Well, no, okay, actually, let me clear this up. Popeyes chicken is good. Here's the problem. I don't like their gravy, and I don't like their mashed potatoes, and I don't like their biscuits. I think KFC, I don't give a shit about the coleslaw. That's not me. As I said to somebody else, I'm not coleslaw white. I got some spice. Well, either way, I'm not coleslaw white. I may look like a freaking jar of mayo. My skin may be the color of the jar of mayo, but I got some spice. I'm not coleslaw white. Either way. Either way. If you know about the Mississippi Delta, they're known for soul food, okay? We know our shit. Mississippi Delta, New Orleans kind of have a similar cuisine. Mississippi Delta is known for soul food. We know our shit. Look up Mississippi Delta tamales. Look it up. It's true. Either way, I like the Popeyes chicken more than I do KFC's. I prefer KFC's biscuits. I prefer their mashed potatoes, and I prefer their gravy. And I also prefer KFC's famous bowls, which makes things easier for me. Because, you know, it's kind of weird to go one place for the chicken and one place for everything else. So, if I'm going to KFC, I'll just get the famous bowl, and then eat more mashed potatoes and gravy and biscuits. But, you know, I don't like their gravy just screws it up, man. You know, I don't know. Oh, sandwiches. I don't eat the Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I just like the nuggets and the fries. I'm not really a fan of chicken sandwiches. Like, if I want a burger, I'll just get a burger, you know? Like, if I'm going to eat chicken, it's going to be a chicken wing or a chicken nugget. You know, it's not going to be a sandwich. Except when I was in school. Like, school lunch. And I think it's really because the only thing I really wanted for a while, was the chicken sandwich. Because every so often they had hot dogs and blah, 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 right? But, long story. Either way, but like Chick-fil-A, it's a little bit too sweet for me. And maybe that was just the way it was. Tamales. Yeah. Either way. Tamales. Ooh. Tamales. Bueno. Tamales. Delicioso. Exactamente. Mississippi. Delta. Mississippi Rio Delta hot tamales. Específicamente. Tamales de México. Bueno. Mississippi tamales. Número uno. St. Louis goes through, shot, tips through, and cleared. 83rd minute. Damn, that sucks for St. Louis. But either way. But seriously, like, look up Mississippi Delta tamales. Look it up. It's a thing. It's a thing. Man, I wish we got one of our closest family friends' recipe, because they make some good tamales. Jeez. 83rd minute. I'm partial. Like, they make, I think it's boiled, steamed instead. I think the difference is it's cornmeal instead of masa for the Mississippi Delta ones. And they're steamed instead of, I think that's the differences, but you can check that. I think they're more pork as well. Oh, so he's watching the Mr. Bucket video. Either way. There was like 30 minutes ago, there was somebody posted Mr. Bucket commercial, and then somebody posted the link to the Angry Video Game Nerd video out of it. And, well, I was laughing about that because this game's getting boring. Either way, yeah, I think, yeah, they make the tamale out of cornmeal. It's really the main difference. Those cornmeal tamales closer to what the Jamaicans do. Header. It may be, but it's fucking good. It may be, but it's fucking good. It may be, to me, I mean, I like masa tamales. I like Mexican tamales. It's not like I don't. I've had both. And I like both. But I'm a little bit more partial to where I'm from. Especially if you make them right, shit. If you make them right, shit. If you make them right. Either way, if you make them right. You ever had a dessert style tamale like pineapple flavor, strawberry? No. No, I've never had one of those, no. I mean, I'm sure they'd be good. But no, I haven't. '86 minute. No, I have not. I'm sure it's good, but it would feel kind of weird. So I'm used to like the meat and the spice and the sauce and it would just, I feel like it'd be a little bit weird. Be good, but it'd be weird at first. '86 minute. But it all depends who makes them. Yeah. Hot take. U.S. has not won World Cup because they don't want to. In another universe where soccer is the main sport in the USA, they're easily a world powerhouse, would have the most World Cups. I mean, you're not wrong. I think you're right. Like, if the USA focused on football as their main sport, yeah. The athletes this country has, I mean, that's not a wild take. Like, again, like when people say, look at the athletes this country has, our best athletes play football, the U.S. would win. And same with Canada to a certain extent. I don't think that's a crazy take. I really don't. Like, if LeBron played football, dude, if Aaron Judge played football, right, like, you know, I don't think that's a bad take. I mean, I understand it. I hate when people are like, well, if their best athletes play football. I mean, yeah. And same with Canada. I mean, to a lower extent, but Canada's the same. If Sidney Crosby played football, now, do I think when it comes to sports, I mean, Canada does have Alphonso Davies, but, and I think Canada respects football more, but do I think, and now here's the take. I think if you wanted to swap the sports and get them to play football and get them to be their best, I think Canada would have a better chance to win the World Cup. Because to me, I think football is very similar to hockey. It is. If you think about it, it is. I mean, look how easy it is for me to call a football game and then a hockey, or a football match and a hockey game. And how, like, 1A and 1B, it's not just because I like those sports at that level, which I do, but, like, it doesn't seem weird for me to flip that. Are we going to see a goal from St. Louis? No. But, like, look at it like this, right? Hockey, physiologically, at least in movements and the goal of the game and the sort of way you play, is very similar to football. You still need pace. You're just running instead of skating. You're passing it around. You have to keep your head on a swivel. Defensively, there's more players on the pitch, but you have to forecheck, back check, play the ball forward, dump it in, find a way to get it into the goal, which the goal is bigger. But if you really think about it, football and hockey are very, very similar at a base level. You just play with your foot in a ball instead of a stick and a puck. And one's on grass and one's on ice. And there's more players on the green, on the pitch instead of the ice. But other than that, I mean, if you really think about it, and there's more hitting, but football can get pretty physical. Just ask Honduras. But either way, I think Canada, if their best athletes, hockey players, went and played football and learned how to play, I think Canada would be closer to a World Cup. I think they would be. Because I think it's easier to get Macklin Celebrini, Mitch Marner, Sidney Crosby to learn how to play football than get a guy like Tom Brady and Aaron Judge and LeBron James. And, I mean, there's some good U.S. hockey players, but they're not Canadian. I don't care if they've won the gold. Canada still has better players. Either way. That's the take. That's the take. Canada's best athletes are hockey players, except for Alphonso Davies, are hockey players. Canada's best athletes, if you had to turn them into footballers, they get it quicker than the USA because football and hockey are very similar at a macro level. It's a very similar game. And if you've paid attention to this channel at all, it makes sense. Because what's the second biggest sport on this channel? Hockey. And yeah, I love hockey just as much as I do football, but that makes my take valid. I've watched enough hockey in my life, and I watch enough football in my life, and analyze these games that, yes, it is very similar. Like, it's harder, like, when you look at baseball, it's harder for me to call baseball and change into that mindset, or curling, or basketball, than hockey. That's just like that. No change in mindset like that. It's not, just like it wouldn't be that hard of a change of mindset for the players to flip to football. I think that it makes sense. USA has too many sports with their best athletes. And frankly, football, gridiron, baseball, basketball, they have better athletes than the hockey players. So I think it'd be easier for Canada to turn their hockey players to a good football team than the USA turning their best athletes to a football team. Or if you would have had a different reality. I think Sidney Crosby would be a more decorated footballer than LeBron. I believe it, but either way. And offside. I believe it, though. I believe that. And take that as you will, but, I mean, I think that makes sense. 93rd minute. Shit, I mean, well, no, we're busy this month. But, I mean, hell, I could make that take. I can make a video on that take myself. But either way, football and hockey are way closer than you would think on the macro level. If you watch this channel enough, that would make sense to you. 93rd minute. No. No, I can see your comment. No, you're not, son. You're on the top chat. You're fine. You're good. We can see your comment. You're good. What? Unless YouTube shadow banned you yourself. But you're good. I mean, I can see you on top chat. You're good. Now, if YouTube shadow banned you, that's a different story, but nobody did anything to you on here. I still shake my head when I hear American fans try to get to soccer and they say their team is a team in Europe and not an MLS team or USL team. That's that's enough talk. Like there's not enough time for me to talk about that, but you're right, it pisses me off. Canadian or American, it pisses me off. Playing forward. We'll review this game within the hour and then we'll be on our way. 30 seconds. Full time 2-0. Yep. There's motor racing in Argentina? Like, and not just stock car over the bar, huh? Pro Car 4000 Argentina. What do you know? I know there's, Fangio and Colapinto, which he's garbage, but we'll get there. Because my next video is going to be a Formula One. My next video is going to be a Formula One World Championship 2026 prediction. Natty James got an assist on debut versus Real Salt Lake. You were right on the transfer. Real Salt Lake 2, I was right. Of course I'm right. And it's full time, 2-0. St. Louis loses. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Notification once subscribe. Send stats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then the next time I see you will be on Wednesday for a Formula One 2026 predictions. Then Friday for Lexington versus Louisville City if they play that game because the USL players might strike. So we'll see if they play that game. Saturday, the Formula One Australian Grand Prix. True. The Formula One Australian Grand Prix on Saturday night. Toronto FC plays next Sunday. So we have a pretty not busy week. So after this review, I'll see you on Wednesday. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.